Hello, welcome back to Premier League Dad. My name is Key and we are live for two very big games in the Champions League tonight. Bayer Leverkusen against Arsenal. First up, 45 minutes past 5. Quarter to 6. So in another 15 minutes, that one kicks off and we'll be watching that one. And then straight after that, Real Madrid against Manchester City. So two very, very big games in the Champions League. Still loads of other stuff for us to talk about. Obviously, there was rumours today that Spurs were going to get rid of Igor Tudor after last night's debacle. They've ended up sticking with him. He's going to be in charge for the Liverpool game at the weekend. 4 defeats out of 4 for them. It's not looking like a happy place to be certainly not happy to be a Spurs fan at the minute. Anyone really are. It's a difficult watch really, even if you're not a Spurs fan. But yeah, I shouldn't laugh. But it is bad. It is bad. And I mean, Arsenal fans will be rejoicing more than anyone else, won't they? So I'm hopeful. Maybe Spurs will join the rest of Europe in just having a little chuckle if Arsenal get a beating tonight. I don't expect it. I think Arsenal win. But I'm sure Spurs fans will be thinking and praying and hoping and just thinking, maybe. Leverkusen have already beaten City once this season. They've already got a point out of Newcastle here at the BayArena as well. So we'll have to wait and see whether or not you can get a result out of Arsenal. Let me know in the chat what you're thinking. Get your predictions in. I want to hear from you. I want to let me know what you're thinking in terms of first goal scorer, minute of first goal, overall score. What do you think? And do you think Leverkusen actually have a chance of going through? Because nobody's really giving them a chance. Everybody's writing Leverkusen off. And I think if there's one thing we've learned in the Champions League this season, it's that you can't write the underdog off. Bodo Glimt beating Inter Milan, the finalists of last year's tournament, home and away, would tell you that anyone can beat anyone given the right circumstances. And listen, Leverkusen are not such a bad side. They've only lost once. I think is it once this year? Or once in about 2 months anyway. They've got a really, really good record recently. Under Kasper Hjulmand, and they're not a bad side. Maybe domestically, it's probably been a case of too many draws. They'd probably argue that they could have done a bit better domestically. They're 6th in the Bundesliga, so still a lot of work to do for them domestically to qualify for next season's Champions League. But maybe they're in the same sort of position that Newcastle are, in that they need to just get a win. They need to get something so that they can hang on to it, can't they? They can yield. They can look at it and go, well, do you know what? This is what we're going to go for this season. Let's go balls out the bath for the Champions League, just as they did under Klaus Toppmöller. When was it? 2002. 2002. They beat Liverpool in the quarters. They got all the way to the final. That's obviously when Zidane scored that wonderful volley at Hampden Park. It wasn't 2002, was it? When was that? When was it when Zidane scored? Can't remember. Right. Let me catch up with everyone on the chat. I can see the chat's flying in. Sorry, I'm not ignoring you. So let's have a little look. Phil Harmer says Saka after 7 minutes. Carl says Arsenal haven't been that convincing. I think they can beat them. Realistic predictions, Mr. Noble says 3-1 Arsenal. Fair enough. Listen, I do think Arsenal will win tonight. I think they have to win. The pressure's on Arsenal to win. Let's remember that first. First and foremost, Arsenal have to win. Right, where are we up to? Ryan, good to see you. Joe, couldn't be more prouder. Yeah, it was a great performance from you lads last night, wasn't it? It was a good performance. They got a soft penalty. It wasn't a soft penalty. It was a nailed-on penalty. What are you saying soft penalty for? It was an absolute nailed-on penalty. Soft penalty. I've never heard such nonsense. Come on, Joe. Clearest penalty you're ever likely to see, that. Oxford fan says, Key, what do you think about Iran not competing at the World Cup? Well, I mean, I don't know. Obviously, it's all political nonsense. Yeah. Stop killing people, for the love of God. Yeah, no, I don't know. What can you say? What can you say? War. What is it good for? Alex, are you rooting for Leverkusen? I am, mate. Yes, of course. I think we're all rooting for Leverkusen. Come on, Leverkusen. Suj, how come Arsenal have to win, but Liverpool did not have to win yesterday? Because Arsenal are a better team than Liverpool, and also Galatasaray are a much better side than Bayer Leverkusen. Certainly at home, anyway. How many corners will Arsenal score today, Key? We'll see. We shall see. Joe Story, where's your 3-0, Key? Where's my 3-0? I don't know what you mean. Gary, no pressure, Key. This isn't a one-off game. Well, it's pressure in that you have to get a result. Certainly pressure that you have to get a result here. And again, do you not think it just sort of, every time Arsenal drop points, there's a real, like, sort of psychological damage that it does. It just feels like it really just erodes a little bit of that confidence and that we are title winners sort of thing. Just feels like every time City drop points, it just feels like City are like, yeah, whatever, no probs, up we go again. They're so used to that. Whereas every single point that Arsenal drop, it's like a massive psychological hammer blow, and they can't hack it. John says, Galatasaray are woeful, Liverpool are just worse. Galatasaray are woeful, but they haven't lost at home in the Champions League since 1973. Go figure, John. Joe says, you do know what I mean, mate. You were so adamant last night. Well, listen, it doesn't matter. You're still getting enough. You're not going through. Yamal did absolutely nothing apart from the pen. I think that was more to do with Barcelona than Newcastle, for what it's worth. Barcelona were all over the place. It was a really poor performance from them. Richie, do you think Chelsea will do PSG? Yes. Yes, absolutely. I think Chelsea will do PSG. Let me just sort this out. Right. Hopefully that should work now. Iron says, call me delusional, but I think Leverkusen have a chance of winning because they won against City 2-0. Jarrell Kwanzaa masterclass incoming. Jarrell Kwanzaa masterclass incoming. You watch. It's coming tonight. Let's have a little look and see the lineups, by the way, because we're literally 8 minutes away from kickoff. So, Blaswich in goal. Kwanzaa, Andrich, Tapsoba at the back. Ernest Poku and Grimaldo in the wing-back positions. Palacios and Garcia in a double pivot there. And then it's Terrier, Mazza and Kofan. Ibrahim Mazza's one to watch. Ibrahim Mazza's been a really, well, he's still only young, but he was such a highly rated player at Hertha Berlin. And he's not played maybe as much as I would have expected him to. And then the same with Christian Kofane, the Cameroonian centre-forward who came in from Albacete last season. He's in the 19 years of age. So you've got, you know what, looking at the attack, Martin Terrier is obviously the experienced one. But, you know, Leverkusen's attack's basically 19 and 18. Or, 19 and 20, aren't they? 2 kids up front for them. John says, Galatasaray lost at home in November in the Champions League. No, at home, in the knockouts. They've not lost a home knockout tie since 1973, mate. They're a very, very good side at home. Didn't Arsenal drop points and then they came back by beating Spurs and Arsenal? Yeah, look, listen, Arsenal are the best side in the league, of course. But I'm saying, psychologically, I think Arsenal are very fragile. Bayer Leverkusen gutted their team of their talent. Excuse me. Grimaldo's quality, I rate him hugely. DB1, did you see Simon Wilson mention the football TikToker lookalike on his latest video? No, I didn't. On his latest YouTube video or his latest TikTok video? I don't know. To be honest, I do follow Simon Wilson. I wouldn't say I look like him, but hey, there you go. Simon Wilson. If Simon Wilson knows, then Simon Wilson, what a guy. Beard Play starts. Is this another show where you don't hate Arsenal but celebrating everything against Arsenal? Yes, yeah, that's this one. You found the right place. You found the right place, mate. John says, I'm a Coventry City fan, so I'm a neutral, but I still don't understand the Arsenal hate. There's no Arsenal hate. There's no Arsenal hate to say that you don't want them to win the league. That's it, John. Nothing more than that. Don't want them to win the league. DB, what a guy. That is a very Simon thing to say. So where was it? Where did you see it? Was it on TikTok or was it YouTube? Where was it you saw it? Relentless thoughts on Newcastle last night. Newcastle last night were, I thought, very, very good in terms of limiting Barcelona to so few chances. It was a pretty poor game to watch for the first 92 minutes, though, wasn't it? John, I mean from the media, not you, just the noise around them this year is crazy. No other team has ever had it like this. Is that not just because of how sort of dull and dreary they are? And generally speaking, the English media likes to hype up that the Premier League is the best league in the world and we play the best football, we have the best players, and yet we've got this team who are, you know, undeniably number one in the league, may well be number one in the world, but they play such undeniably shit football. Is that not the problem? Is that not why the English media are so turned off with Arsenal? I think so. I think that's what it is. I think that, you know, the fact that they hold the Premier League record for most goals scored from corners, the fact that they are so slow, so cumbersome, but they grind teams down week in, week out. Got to hand it to them. Fair play. They'll probably win the league. They might well win more. And Arsenal fans will be delighted because they haven't won anything for a couple of decades. So they'll be fine with it. But for the rest of us, for the neutral, I don't think it's necessarily a hateful thing to say, well, I'd rather someone else win it, to be honest. I'd rather the standard bearer for English football be, you know, another team, whoever it may be. Bleach Demon says, Arsenal hate is a mainstream media psyop. Who owns the media and who's their favourite team? Who's their rivals? Arsenal. Ah, okay, yeah. That old chestnuts. What are we up to? John says they were the first team to score 100 goals in England. Why don't any other team get hate for that? Why don't they get any... Well, I don't think goals equals entertainment, though. There was plenty of goals in... You can see games that's 3-3 and whatever. Sometimes they're not the most. Sometimes it's just a bit... Sometimes I've watched 0-0s where they've been the best game we've watched. They've been fantastic. So I don't necessarily think goals equals entertainment. You feel free to disagree. In the same way that I don't necessarily think, you know, people use clean sheets as a metric to say, well, look at that goalkeeper, he's absolutely brilliant, he's got the most clean sheets. Well, is he? I don't think clean sheets is a metric for measuring, you know, the strength of goalkeepers. Where are we up to? Crew Sports Bar last night was even more generational content. Cundy is such a wind-up merchant. Oh, no. Will says this looks like a gigantic stadium. Yeah, the BayArena. It's a good away ground. And it says, did you see the scores in the Munich game and the Madrid game compared to the Galatasaray match in the Barca game? Yeah, absolutely. Spurs were awful, says Rebel MC. Still don't think they will be relegated, but it will be close. Well, apparently there's already talks underway with Harry Redknapp. I wonder, could they get Harry Redknapp in as a replacement? I don't think it's going to happen before the Liverpool game, but it could well happen just after. O'Hara stormed out again after Cundy kept telling O'Hara you drew the second half. Oh, sweet lord. Doctor Who Mania says, poor Jamie looked so lost last night on TalkSport. I mean, listen, he's obviously... I thought there was rumours Jamie O'Hara was a Chelsea fan. Sure, they said he was a Chelsea fan. Rochant says, a keeper coming out his box to pass and our players not pressing. It never happened under Klopp. Under Slot, how many times has opposition come outside to just pass around the ball without fear? Again, mate, you're harking back to something that doesn't exist anymore. There's no other manager out there like Klopp. You're harking for something that just doesn't exist anymore. I honestly, I think the expectation that Liverpool play unbelievable, exciting football whilst transitioning out all of our old legends, our Alissons, our Trents, Van Dijk, Robertson's now out the side, Salah's kind of fading, Diaz has gone, we've lost all these big key players are going or already gone, and we're bringing in these young kids, these like 18, 19, 21, 22-year-olds. So the manager who's got to move all those old legends out, bring all these young kids in, and expecting that it's just going to be seamless, fantastic, play brilliant football while all that's going on. I think it's an unreasonable expectation. It's incredibly unrealistic. And to think that then the manager's the primary focus of that discussion, it's bizarre to me. Honestly, it's absolutely bizarre. I don't know why the manager is the focus of the discussion when, at the end of the day, I think anyone with a pair of eyes can look at Liverpool and say, they're just not as good as Arsenal or City. They're just not as good as they are as Arsenal or City, and there's probably 6 to 9 players who need to go, and there's maybe 6 to 9 players who need to come in, and it's not going to be next season we challenge again. It might not even be the year after that. It might be another couple of years before Liverpool are back up there again. And that's still with spending about £500,000. Right, let's get the clock underway because we are off and underway. It's TNT Sports 3 TNT Sports, is it 4? 3? 4? 3? 3. TNT Sports 3 tonight for Bayer Leverkusen Arsenal. We're off. Let's get the timer going. Oh, what's happened there? Has anyone's TNT just gone off? Oh, it's back now. Okay. I am Groot says, I will say if we play how we played last night at Anfield, we're going out. I mean, I think if we played like we did at Anfield, if we play like we did last night at Anfield, but we actually take 1 or 2 chances, we'll be fine. Because they didn't really have any chances all game. We need at least a right back, a centre half, at least 2 midfielders and a winger on each side. So there's 4, 5, 6. There's 6 you think we need. Oh, that's going to be a yellow card. Yellow card for Andrich, the captain. Gyökeres dragged down. For Arsenal, by the way, it's Raya, Hincapié, Gabriel Saliba, Timber, Zubamendi, Rice and Eze, Martinelli, Saka, Gyökeres. It's getting to be more of a steady, settled Arsenal attack now, isn't it? Alex says Alisson should be back for the second leg. I love Mamardashvili, but he's no Alisson. I thought Mamardashvili did really well last night, to be honest, Alex. Liverpool do have a buyback clause for Kwanzaa Rebel MC. Yes, we do, but apparently we're not going to exercise it this year. It's going to be next year. Riley, get an Everton top on your shelf. Up the toffees. Yes. Handy Andy Neville, do you stand up for the whole stream? I do, yes. Sometimes I stand up for 3 streams running. I've stood here for 8-9 hours. Roshant, I'm not asking for players to play very good football. All I'm asking is to just press. You just have to get to have a grit to press. Sometimes no one presses the opposition. I know, but isn't that could be for a multitude of reasons. You're suggesting, or at least it seems you're suggesting, that that's a lack of intensity and a lack of application from the players. Maybe a lack of effort. Maybe they are not bought into the manager. All these other grandiose things that people suggest off the back of it. I don't think it's anything to do with that. I think Slot knows that we can't press from the front with the front 3 that we have. Salah's legs are not there. Gakpo's legs are not really there. I think if we're in a world where Gakpo's probably the fastest player in that front 3, I think we've got a problem, haven't we, really? Ekatiki's not got blinding speed. And he's not a great presser. He's not like He's not relentless energy, is he, Ekitike? So, you're asking for us to press from the front. We're not that side anymore because we can't be that side. So we have to almost lull teams in. We have to set traps for teams. Kofane, brilliant play. Good defending from Saliba. Go on, lad. You've got him. I think Ruben Amorim will be the next Tottenham manager. I think if they stay up, Amorim's not a bad shout. Rebel, I was just surprised Liverpool sold Kwanzaa. Seemed that he was a good young player. He wasn't a bad young player, but I think we needed to... that's not a foul, ref. That's not a foul. That's a total dive from Gyökeres. It's a total dive. You can't be giving fouls for that. Look at the state. That's a dive. Hey up, Jimmy. How's it going, lad? Alfie, Liverpool are definitely not losing at home next week. And Rebel MC wasn't Hincapié at Leverkusen. He was, yes. That's where they've signed him from. They've signed him. I am Cruto. I'm amazed Igor Tudor hasn't been sacked today. Assuming you've seen the first 3 Atleti goals now. I have, yes. I was puzzled why they hadn't... Well, I'm not maybe not puzzled, but I thought they might sort of bow to fan pressure. Really poor that from Arsenal, straight out of play. Go on. Come on, Leverkusen. Can we get a check on that dive, please, sir? Let's get a check on that Gyökeres dive. Stacey. Good to see you, Stace. Legend FK. I'm confident we'll beat Galatasaray next week, but that's as far as we'll go. Do you not think we'd do Chelsea over 2 legs? Again, I think it's going to massively depend on if we can get Isak back fit. I think if we can get Isak back fit, we can change how we approach games a little bit more. Andrich here will be lucky to still be on the pitch in the next 20 minutes if he carries on like this. And Alex says, Key, odds on Arsenal scoring than parking the bus straight away. Yeah, what kind of goal, though, I wonder? Legend FK, don't we have PSG if we beat Galatasaray? No, if we beat Galatasaray, then we've got either PSG or Chelsea. And if I'm dead honest, I think Chelsea beat PSG. From what I've seen of PSG this season, both in Ligue 1 and in the Champions League, they have been miles off it. Absolutely miles off it. Looks so much, especially with Donnarumma now gone at the back, defensively looks so sus. Obviously, they've still got players, Kvaratskhelia and Dembele, still got players who can hurt you, but I don't look at PSG anymore and think... I mean, to be honest, we beat them last year, didn't we? I know we're not necessarily the same side, but we beat them at the Parc des Princes last year, and we only went out on penalties, so I wouldn't be massively concerned if we got PSG, but I think Chelsea will beat them. Chelsea will do them over 2 legs. Strike! Good save from Raya. Lil Rich says Chelsea will beat PSG. Yeah. Legend FK, Bayern, in my opinion, are the best club in the world right now. Fair enough. Not for me. Bayern's defence, I think, is the problem for them. Roshan says, Key, if a team doesn't press, then automatically you're bound to depend on players' individuality. This philosophy of not pressing is not sustainable. But there's multiple types of press. And what you're talking about is one where we're on the front foot and we're forcing errors. That's not the Liverpool team we have anymore. We can't have that. We haven't got players. To have that sort of a press, mate, you need someone who's got almost boundless energy up front. We don't have that. We absolutely don't have that anymore. So you're asking for something that we can't have. That's the real problem here. Saka into the box for Arsenal. Good defending. Come on, Bayer Leverkusen. Come on. Fantastic. Adam Lackey, Arsenal to win tonight. And with Hakimi in court, of course, yeah. I am Kroot. I don't think subbing Kinski was the wrong decision. However, he shouldn't have started anyway. I mean, I can kind of understand where Tudor's coming from in saying that I took him off the pitch to protect him. But I think once you've put him on the pitch, if you've put him on, you've got to take ownership of that decision. I reckon if you'd have asked Kinski whether he'd have wanted to come off, I'm pretty confident he'd have said no. I think you've got to leave him on at that point. That's your decision as the manager. You've got to leave him on. Adam, Leverkusen are going to disappoint you. Rebel MC says Morocco-Senegal African Cup was interesting. Even though Morocco lost, they do have some class players. They do indeed. Where are we up to? We were actually unlucky against PSG last year. Goal line clearances hurt us. True enough, yeah. And Mikey, if Kinski remained on, he would have conceded more. Probably, mate, yeah. But, I mean, they conceded 5 taking him off, so... I mean, the tie's pretty much over with. I think they'd have been better off leaving him on and kind of seeing it through. Just for the sake of the young lad's confidence. I mean, I think as a goalkeeper, it's bad if you concede 3 or 4. It's bad if you concede 5 or 6. It's worse if you concede 3 and your manager takes you off after 16 minutes. That's like a haunting thing from a career perspective. It's humiliating. That'll live with him forever. He was in tears after the 3rd goal. Legend FK, Julian Alvarez, Liverpool linked with him in the summer previously. He's going, isn't he? He's leaving. He's going to be gone in the summer. I'd be amazed if he's still an Atletico Madrid player in the summer. Lil Rich, the problem wasn't the keeper key. Romero and Mickey's heads are both gone, mate. Both 100% gone in the summer. But then why are they playing him? They've got to get rid of Mickey van der Ven and Romero then. Get him out the side. His confidence will be shot, says Rebel MC. Jose, Key, did you... I didn't, mate. No, I didn't. I don't know anything about Cheltenham, to be honest. I've no idea how it all works. Alex says, according to Tudor, the only reason he took him off was to protect him. Here's Martinelli down the left-hand side. Roshant says, Key, if the players are not suited to press from the front, then why did we sign them? Well, Salah, you say Salah's not been signed by Slot. We signed him, he's been an unbelievable player. Gakpo has been a very, very good player for us, but I think he needs a little bit of support down that left-hand side, doesn't he? And to be honest, for most of the season, he's not really had that. And he's not been in form himself. But Ekatiki's not a presser from the front. I think we're trying to change system. Because obviously we've got Isak, we've got Ekatiki. And I think the plan is to get in a couple of wingers in the summer as well. We need pace. We haven't got pace out wide. If you've not got pace out wide, you can't stretch teams. And if you've not got pace out wide, then teams can afford to be very, very narrow against you because they know that all they're going to do is cut in. So we've got no alternatives because we have no other pace out wide. We've got nothing we can do. Broken Verdict. Hello, everyone. Hello, Key. How you doing, mate? Good to see you. And Adam says, Leverkusen playing a dangerous game here, sitting back. To be honest, 12 minutes in, neither side have really got a foot on the ball yet, have they? They've not really taken the ball and advanced in any way, shape or form. There's been a lot of long balls from Leverkusen. Feels like Arsenal are maybe winning more of the second balls, but it's breaking down quite quickly. So both teams still kind of working each other out. Look at that again. Just lots of long balls. It looks like Leverkusen are trying to bypass that Arsenal press. They're just playing it over the top. But it's going to mean isolating Kofane probably against one of Gabriel or Saliba. And it looks like he's pulled off onto Saliba tonight. Lil Rich says, this Leverkusen striker looks some talent, Key. Yeah, he's certainly doing all right so far for him. Here's Saka. Good defending Leverkusen. Don't see many pacey wide players these days. Arsenal had Mark Overmars and he was magnificent. Get in here, Leverkusen. Go on, lad. Unlucky. Well defended by Arsenal. Rebel NC, interested to see if Middlesbrough are able to keep Hackney if they're not promoted. No, I think if they're not promoted, he probably goes. Probably to a side that is promoted. Maybe Coventry. Coventry might get Hayden Hackney. Chiesa 5 years ago would fit this system like a glove. Yeah, it's a shame he can't stay fit. That's the case, yeah. Andrich is going to get sent off here, lads, you think? Nah, listen, he should have... Maybe the yellow card, the first one, was fine, but the second one, where Gyökeres just It's just an absolute dive from Gyökeres. Saliba saved again. This guy is so overrated, it's crazy. Well, don't forget, by the way, straight after this game, we're going to be doing Real Madrid against Manchester City. That'll be a hell of a game. Oh, come on, ref. Not another yellow card. That's not a yellow card for Palacios. Yeah, no chance. No chance. He gets the ball here. He gets the ball? How are you giving that as a foul? Oh, again, more diving. Martinelli's gone down there. There's nothing wrong with that. That's the cleanest tackle you're likely to see, and yet Arsenal have got a free kick, and they were asking for a foul. He literally cleared. That's the cleanest tackle you're ever likely to see. These refs these days. Here we go. Grimaldo into Cofane. Back strike over the bar. First shot in anger. Delayed reaction, Andy. I know it was, yeah. He realised that the referee was looking, so Martinelli went, oh. It's a Turkish ref. Oh, is it a Turkish ref? Oh, Christ. Probably a Galatasaray fan after last night's debacle. Sure, he's got some sort of a connection with that ref from last night. Tudor didn't even console Kinski. Solanke and one or two others went down the tunnel after him. I mean, he's got a game to manage. I don't necessarily mind him not consoling him. It's the follow-through. Listen, come on. Eze didn't want the pressure at Spurs, but I still think Arteta treats him as a number, not a star. I tell you, Arteta is going to pay the price in the summer. When Eze doesn't get to go to the World Cup because he didn't start as many games as he should have done, I'll be astonished. I'll be absolutely astonished if he ends up at that World Cup for England. And he'll know that if he'd have gone to Spurs or stayed at Palace, he'd have been in there. Alex Gregory Martinelli's a pansy. Legend FK says, whatever happened to Marquisio? I think isn't he a manager now, Marquisio? I'm sure he went to the MLS. Aaron Foreign says Spurs are going down for me. Do you think so? I don't think so. Connor, he'll go to the World Cup without a doubt. Ow, how's he going to the World Cup? Who's he starting ahead of? He's not getting in over Bellingham. He ain't getting in over Foden. He ain't getting in over Rodgers. And they're all in the 10. There's no way in a 25-man squad that you can find room for Eze. No chance. Absolutely no chance. Bleach Demon, Specsavers are doing a 2-for-1 deal. Maybe you and Sarah could book an Ajax up. Adam says Eze still going because of lack of creativity and Foden also not playing. No, I don't think so. Rodgers is so overrated. Eze won't get in over Palmer either. Well, yeah, that Palmer, I didn't even mention Palmer. Yeah, Cole Palmer, Foden, Rodgers, Bellingham, all four of them ahead of him in the 10. Absolutely no chance he goes. Zero chance. And Rashford, yeah, I think Rashford probably does end up going as well. Rashford will go. If you look at the World Cup, I mean, I think we've done the World Cup squad a fair few times in here together. Like Rashford, Gordon, there's not many options on that left-hand side. But I think he'd have to go with someone, maybe Madueke. Madueke could go. I genuinely think Madueke's got a better chance of going than Eze, and he's been on the bench more. I am Crute. The only way Eze goes is if we have major injuries. Yeah. Yeah, I'd say so. Come on, Leverkusen. Down the right-hand side. This is better. Here's Poku. Former Peterborough star. Ball whipped in. Unlucky. Good claim that from Raya. Ryan says Tuchel won't be scared to not pick Foden. Foden's done absolutely nothing for England. I know you're not going to pick players based on how they've done for England. Martinelli, strike off the bar. Saka cleared away. Nearly 1-0 Arsenal. Leverkusen must do better there. Honestly, it was the most simple chance. Terrible defending from Leverkusen. Parted like the Red Sea. And Arsenal probably should have scored, to be honest. Should have worked the keeper as an absolute minimum there. Poor from Martinelli. Tony, just tuned in, Key. How's Lego Ed 11 getting on? Poor, I hope. They've just hit the bar. 20 minutes in. Leverkusen doing okay. I mean, they've kept Arsenal to very few chances. Well, I'll say very few. One chance. Probably should have worked the keeper, to be honest. Ryan, if Foden doesn't gel with the players or system, then why should he be picked? If Foden doesn't gel with the players or system, then why should he be picked? He's not guaranteed. Well, I mean, you're making an assumption there that that's the case. I don't think Tuchel would agree that he doesn't gel with the players or the system. He's just a better player than Eze. Strike Leverkusen, unlucky. And now Arsenal have got a player down. Oh, it's all right. It's only Gabriel. There's nothing wrong with him. There's nothing wrong with him, I guarantee. He'll be up in a minute. He's having a whinge. Probably just need a little tactic break. What's happened? Did it hit him in the shin? Oh, chest. Oh, sorry. Hit him in the chest. Heaven forbid. Gal, of course he goes down like he's dead. Well, yeah. Goes down like he's been poleaxed. Matt says Arsenal are just a journey club with no end chapter. And Alex says, Key, do you think Maguire and Mainu will get called up? No. Maguire maybe. Maguire at a push. Mainu, no. Mainu's nowhere near it. Not a chance Mainu goes. Mainu's going to be behind, Elliot Anderson and Wharton and Rice and possibly even the likes of Reece James, Trent, Jordan Henderson. I think there's players who are ahead, miles ahead of Kobbie Mainoo. So I don't see him getting in there. I don't see Eze getting in there personally. Adam, is the 5th Champions League spot guaranteed? As good as, yeah. Looking at the coefficients, it is as good as. Lou, Mainu definitely goes, lad. Come on. What are you talking about? He defo goes, lad. He's not been playing for United all season. He's only been playing in the last, fucking month. A month playing for United gets you in the England squad. Have a day off. You think Branthwaite's going as well, don't you? Come on, Lou. Yeah, Wharton's going ahead of Mainu. Of course he is. Reece James 100% starts. Tuchel loves him. And he's been playing at centre mid as well, hasn't he? For Chelsea. So you'd expect maybe he starts as well. A lesser man would have been KO'd. Big gaps. Sebastian, hey again from Texas. We love you over here across the pond. Hope you're having a good day today, my friend. You too, sir. Lots of love to our friends in the Lone Star State. What nationality is Anderson from Forest? Well, he was Scottish, wasn't he, I think, Elliot Anderson. I'm sure there was a Scottish heritage there, and then he's kind of switched to English because he's been good enough. Which is a horrible thing to say, but it kind of is what it is, isn't it? It's the same reason Declan Rice plays for England and not Ireland. Same reason Jack Grealish played for England and not Ireland. They found out they were better. Leverkusen cleared it away. Oh, Arsenal, come on, ref, that's a foul. Connor, Wharton and Anderson over Mainu easily. Lou, all right, Lou. Listen, we'll have a gentleman's agreement. Come back at the end of the season when he's in the squad or out the squad. I know which one it'll be. Alex, who's your goalkeeper for the England squad? I think it'll probably be quite easy, to be honest, won't it? It'll be Pickford, Henderson, and then after those two, you could probably flip a coin on, I don't know, Ramsdale, Pope. They've both been as bad as each other, really. So I'd probably say Henderson and Pickford. Trafford doesn't play enough. England still have their favourites, Saka, Rice, etc. Need a manager willing to drop big names when they're not playing well. Madhouse, how many Liverpool players in the England squad do you think, Key? I don't think we'll have any, will we? Don't think we'll have any. Rio Ingamoa, maybe. Outside chance, given that he's a left winger. And left wing is probably the one spot in the entire England squad that you look at and think, could maybe get a chance. Could possibly. I don't think he will, but, there's only really there that he could. Curtis Jones ain't going. We just haven't really got anyone else that fits that bracket. James Garner. Yeah, I'd have James Garner over Mainu. I don't think James Garner goes either, by the way, but James Garner will go over Mainu. Is it possible for Saliba to not get a card, bro? Leverkusen do one foul, yellow. Saliba does the same. Hudson-Odoi, left winger. See, Hudson-Odoi I wouldn't take. Bleach Demon, England haven't looked so good. I reckon they've got a good shout this year. Oh, yeah, as a Welshman. Scotland are dark horses. Sebastian, you've got a dark horse in the World Cup winner. I don't, honestly, when you say dark horse, I think there's only Spain that I can see winning it. But I think if we're talking like a real rank outsider, I'd probably look at someone like I just wonder whether one of the host nations might surprise us. And it ain't going to be Canada, but it might be Mexico. I don't know why. It ain't going to be USA as well. They've got Pulisic, but I just think that I've got a feeling that Mexico go maybe the last 8. I don't know. Mexico to the last 8. You heard it here first. Ryan Rock, don't act like you watch international football. I watch international football as soon as the league seasons, as soon as it's an international break, I'm watching international football. We watch footy every day. That's what I do on this channel every single day. We'll be watching Gateshead against York City. I don't know if Joe's in the chat. We're watching Gateshead against York City in the National League when the international break's on in a couple of weeks. I know you're a big Gateshead fan. Spain win it, I think. Mikey, Norway might do well. Yeah, Norway's outsider as well. Norway's not a bad shout. But I'm talking like rank. If we're talking like real rank outsiders, someone like Uzbekistan might surprise a few. I don't know. How far do you see England getting, Key? Quarters, maybe semis at a push. How do you think Netherlands will do? Again, quarters, maybe semis at a push. I don't see Netherlands being... I just think Spain and France are the two that will dominate. And after them, I don't really see any real top sides. Like Germany, maybe, but Germany have been a bit higgledy-piggledy recently. Portugal would be a nice story for the World Cup. Cristiano to win it in Diogo's memory. Yeah, that'd be lovely. That's his last chance, isn't it, really, Portugal? Rice really fired up, says Adam. Leverkusen give the ball away so cheap, so poor. Uzbekistan to win it, more chance of Fowler coming back and playing for us. McTominay World Cup final winning goal. McSauce. Sebastian, what about an Italy or even a Senegal to make a little run? Hey, Italy have got to make the World Cup yet. They've got Italy against Northern Ireland, it is, in the playoff semi-final. And then they play the winners of Wales and Bosnia, don't they? So, yeah, Italy have got to figure something out. Oh, that was poor. Cafane picks it up. Gabriel a little bit sloppy there. That's got to be a foul, ref. Slabhead to score the winner for Maguire. Rebel says, Olise's world class, can see him ending up at a Real Madrid. And Liam, I heard Iran are pulling out of the World Cup. So what does that mean for the group now? Your guess is as good as mine. Yeah, your guess is as good as mine, mate. And honestly, you know, it might well be that other teams pull out. If Iran are pulling out, it might well be that other teams pull out as well. We don't know yet. Yeah. It's not really the most important thing, obviously, at the minute. Kids and families dying and all sorts. So, World Cup's a secondary consideration at this moment in time. Hopefully, it all sorts itself out to some degree. And yeah, they just kind of... I wouldn't say peace. Peace probably won't happen. But some sort of an agreement that, listen, let's just park it and get back to some degree of normalcy where we just hate each other from a distance. I think world peace is probably too much to ask, but let's just hate each other at a distance without mashing each other. Good play. Poku stands it back. Oh, unlucky. Not bad. Leverkusen doing all right here. Didn't Spain threaten to pull out as well? Spain basically said that the US can't use their airbase. And Trump was like, all right, fair enough. Well, if you're saying we can't use your airbase, then, I mean, we could just fly in and use it. Like, you're not going to stop us. And it's all right because I'll just tell my trade director or whatever, I'll just tell him to stop all trade deals with Spain. And literally the day after, the Spain minister said that they didn't want to get involved in it. They were like, we don't want anything involved. You know, we're not going to let the US use our air bases. The day after it came out, it was like, Spain have allowed the US to use their military bases. Strong-armed. S4 says, do you do this for a living, Key? How do you have so much time to sit and watch football? Every day, mate. Every day, just watch footy. Love it. It's great stuff. Yeah, breaking news. Iran pull out of the national part of the World Cup. Sad. Sad, but again, more important things. Alex, evening, Key and all. Good to see you, man. Jimmy, seems as if might is right these days. Well, I mean, all's fair in love and war, they say, apparently. MCFC, genuinely the only player that scares me from Madrid is Courtois. I'm hoping he doesn't have a masterclass. Vinicius can hurt City. And Mbappe. Thing is, we're seeing in America what was happening in Qatar or Russia at the World Cup. If what we're seeing in America was happening in Qatar or Russia, the World Cup would be moved. Well, I don't know, mate. Did you see what was happening in Qatar? What was happening in Qatar was... I mean, you could argue, you might argue, a lot worse than what happened in America. It wasn't very good. It didn't get moved. And it won't get moved when Saudi have it in a few years' time as well. Cash talks. Cashola talks. Mbappe not starting. Is he not? Oh. Bloody Mbappe's not starting. And I've got him as the thumbnail picture. Shocking. Colombia to go very far in this World Cup. Luis Diaz. And broken verdict, Iran are actually decent, you know. They'd give England a proper game. And Julius, I can't believe Igor Tudor hasn't been sacked, in my opinion. It's a disgraceful decision. Sarah didn't... Yes, they did. Yes. Yeah. Poke and Pull says Fiorentina Nintendo kit is beauty. It's nice. Yeah, love it. One of my favourites. Iraq apparently replacing Iran in the World Cup. Really? I wasn't aware. Here's Gyökeres down the right-hand side. Pulls it back, puts it straight out of play. Poor from Gyökeres. Should do better, that. Tap sober. One of the best goals we've watched on this channel. Not even a best goal, really. Just one of the best moments on this channel was when Edmund tapped sober. And his Burkina Faso players won late on against Equatorial Guinea in the AFCON. Literally one of the best games we've done on here. Massive game at 8 PM. Coventry v Preston. Preston are sinking like a stone at the minute. What a brew. Haven't been in for a few days. How are we doing, Key lad? I am very good, sir. How are you, mate? Sebastian, people coming to America will have a great time during the World Cup. Biased, but that's a guarantee. Everyone here is excited to see people from around the world for the World Cup. I'm potentially coming as well, Sebastian. Nowhere near Texas, sadly. Although maybe I will be. I don't know. We're looking at places like Utah. Places that aren't really going to host World Cup games. Just somewhere cheap where we can get on the same time zone. But I might well be in the US for the World Cup, even if it's not actually attending the games. I rate Tap Sober. Yeah, he's a good player. Very good player. Tony says, we know Liverpool were poor last night, but what's your thoughts on the ref and the VAR? I thought Liverpool's goal was a goal. I don't know why it isn't a goal. Again, I think the referee gives it. Remember, the referee gave the goal. VAR concluded that it was a handball, but then didn't send the referee for an on-field review, which he should have done as per the UEFA rules and the IFAB rules. He should have gone and had an on-field review, because if it did touch Konaté's hand, and there's no definitive evidence that it did, but even if you're claiming that it did, there's no angle that shows there's no intent, certainly no intent, but it hits his hand even if it does, and it still hits 3 or 4 other players. It changes direction twice, and it actually gets given by Opta as an own goal for the goalkeeper. So Shaqiri, the goalkeeper, would have got the own goal. It wasn't anything to do with Konaté. It's not like he pushed it goal bound and it took a deflection and went in. No, the ball changed direction. It went this way, then this way, then this way, and the keeper knocked it in. It touched 3 or 4 of the bodies. So how are you giving that as a Konaté goal and Liverpool have directly benefited from it? It's madness to me. The ref gave the decision. The threshold to change it and overrule it wasn't reached. He's got to give the goal. Got to give it. Lil Rich, Liverpool's goal was a goal, but so was Gallagher's second. Eh? How is anyone arguing that wasn't offside? The guy who's miles offside literally runs and tries to play the ball. How is that being... I don't know how you're saying that's not offside. And to be fair, even if it did get ruled out, it should have got pulled back for Van Dijk getting dragged down. Rebel MC, I'd like to go to the World Cup, but I can't afford it unless I get me dinghies across the Atlantic. Roblox Gaming says Argentina could go far in the World Cup. Fair enough, yeah. Alex Madrid's attackers are Vinny, Gonzalo and Brahim, as well as Mastantuono. Yeah, that's not a great start, is it? I mean, Rodrigo's out injured, no Mbappe. Lil Rich, because the guy in the offside position didn't touch the ball, so it should have... No. It doesn't matter if he doesn't touch the ball. The argument is, did he go for it? And he did go for it. So if you're offside and you try to play the ball, mate, you're offside. Even if you don't touch it, you're offside. That's the rules. Waterbrew says, not too bad. Bad result yesterday. Wouldn't say bad performance, just wasteful, I think. I'm glad we're on the same page, because everyone else seems to be reacting typically dramatically and saying, oh, Liverpool were dreadful, we were awful. It's not quite the case, is it? It's not quite the case. Liverpool were wasteful, I think is probably the right word, yeah. Wasteful. But we played all right. I thought that was like a 7.5 out of 10 away performance. They just took the one chance that came their way. Sean says, this is probably the least entertaining game I've ever watched. Have you not watched much of Arsenal this season? This is about typical, to be honest, mate. This is maybe about as entertaining as it gets for Arsenal. You don't get much in the way of entertainment, but they will grind the team down and they'll eventually get a win, nick a goal. And that's, apparently what good is these days. Little Rich, that Goalkeeper made some big saves, to be honest. Not like he'll do that at Anfield. He didn't interfere with play, though. No, he did, because he went for the ball, and Kanate was literally holding him off when he tried to play the ball. Of course he's tried to interfere with play. Remember when United scored when Rashford was offside, shielded the ball, wasn't given offside. Crazy. Crazy inconsistencies. Sanchez, you guys always use the same words when it comes to Arsenal. That's because Arsenal always use the same style of play. Same synonyms apply. Adverbs, whatever they are. Canada could do well in the World Cup because of home advantage. Maybe, yeah, possibly. Sanchez, the Liverpool v Galatasaray game yesterday wasn't entertaining either. Pretty same as today. Eh? No, you'd seen a goal by now, and you'd also seen multiple chances in the game. Not seen any chances in this game. Martinelli, maybe that had a push. Still not a shot on target either, is it? So, yeah, no, it's not even in the same realm as yesterday's. A lot of neutrals were saying it was quite entertaining, the Galatasaray-Liverpool game yesterday. So annoying how boring they are. Watch them win everything. But they will, and it'll be more humiliating even if they win it, because nobody will care. Like, they'll be begging for, like, oh, aren't we the best? Who's the best side who ever lived? The Invincibles. The Brazil side of the 1970s. Or Mikel Arteta's Unwatchables. Who's the best side ever? And you'll be like, Brazil of the 70s. What? You're joking? North London forever? Fucking hell. Alex Key, do you think United can beat Villa? Yeah, I think they will do. I hope they don't, but I think they will, sadly. The Arsenal title win is literally going to be overshadowed by the other North London side going down. Oh yeah, they win the league for the first time in 20 odd years and everyone's talking about other things. Stephanie, what are you talking about? They hit the crossbar. Yeah, that's not a shot on target, Stephanie. I don't know if that's news to you, but a shot on target requires it to be on target. Hitting the crossbar is not on target. Josh, let everyone keep hating. It genuinely entertains us. Keep us hating from below us. Keep hating them from below us. Well, do you know what though, Josh? You say it genuinely entertains you, but I've never known a more beggy fan base. Like, they're so insecure. You are so insecure about Arsenal's ability and your reputation outside of the club. Like, people just keep doubting us. The reason it is because of this. It's because of what we're watching week in, week out. It's nothing to do with how good you are as a team. I think everyone would fairly unanimously agree you're the best team in the world. Absolutely. Best team, best squad. No problem. Spent a bit of money to get there, like, but probably the best team in the world. John says, serious question. What if Arsenal do the quadruple? It would be a disaster. Here's Kofani. Hit it, lad. Oh. Do you know what it would be? I actually think it would do mega damage to the quadruple as an actual, like, thing. Like, do you know what? And that'd frustrate Arsenal fans as well, because what you would see is it would be like a corner to Leverkusen. Do you know what it'd be? Arsenal would win the quadruple, and you would start seeing articles from, like, The Athletic saying things like, is it easier to win multiple trophies now? And stuff like that. Like, is United's treble win of 99 harder to win than Arsenal's quadruple of today? And it undeniably is. But that will mega piss them off as well. Oh, Pocher, mate, that's it. Absolutely couldn't agree more. What bothers Arsenal supporters most of all is that people just aren't bothered if they win or they don't. They can't stand that people are just nonplussed with them either way. Yeah, that's it. Like, what? Key, what are you going to do if Arsenal win this, this, and this? I'll probably just go on living my life. Maybe it's not hard to win the quad after all. Yeah, and I'm telling you, you'll see that stuff happening. Unlucky, decent strike, just wide from Mazza. Legend FK says, I can't believe what Spurs have become. This was a good side once upon a time. B85 says, what Arsenal supporters are you on about? AFTV clowns or genuine fans? Well, do you know what? I won't include you in that, mate. I won't include you. But we get a fair mix on here. So I'm not talking about AFTV. On here, we get the trolls, we get the AFTV mob. But we also do get a lot of nice, genuine, sincere Arsenal fans who do have nuanced football conversations and will say, like, yeah, we're probably not the most entertaining, but who cares? And that's fair enough. I would be exactly the same. And to be honest, I was exactly the same when we won it for the first time in 30 years. So, yeah, I've no problem with Arsenal being like, who cares? Yeah, we'll win it. We'll win it playing garbage football. That's us. We are the unwatchables. We've had the Invincibles, now we've got the Unwatchables. That's us. And own it. I love that. Fair play. Sanchez says, Key, I'm an Arsenal fan, and yes, I agree, we have annoying fans. Which club doesn't? No, exactly. Yeah, every club does. Believe me, I'm dealing with the Liverpool ones. Day in, day out. B says, trust me, genuine Arsenal fans aren't like that at all, like the ones you see on YouTube and TikTok. No, well, I'll concede that we've got some very, very lovely Arsenal fans in the chat who know the footy. Right, it's 0-0. Half-time. I think we could have all predicted that one. No goals, no chances, nothing really to talk about, nothing to write home about. A fairly boring, mundane half of football. Leverkusen 0, Arsenal 0. Where are we up to? Connor, they're not there to entertain you. Well, that's a debate, isn't it? That's up for debate, whether teams are there to entertain or there to win. Personally, I think it's about entertaining and winning. I don't think you can... You can't just win playing this style of football. You wouldn't last at Man United or Liverpool. Even if you won every year, I promise you. Liverpool fans and United fans wouldn't hack it. No chance. Pocher says Arsenal's playing players and style is not something that inspires love or hate from non-fans. They just aren't interesting enough to be upset about, nor likeable enough to root for. Yeah, and do you know what? There's a world where... Isn't it mad? That's a really great point, actually. Isn't it interesting that if it was any other side who hadn't won the league in, like, decades... Like, Villa, honestly, think about how much people wanted Villa to win the league. And yet they're desperate for Arsenal not to win it. Probably a point to be made there, isn't there? Broken Verdict says Liverpool won it because they were better than everyone else. Just the same when United will win it again. And Jabba says, hi Key, hi chat. How many set pieces have I missed? Miraculously, you've not really missed many set pieces. You've not missed any, I don't think. You've not missed any chances, though. So you're all good. But good to see you, mate. Connor, if United were winning every trophy playing Route 1, they wouldn't be asked about the style. I categorically guarantee you're wrong. Absolutely guarantee that you're wrong. I know for a fact that Manchester United fans, I can say as a Liverpool fan, and do you know what, maybe there's a cross-section of, I won't pretend to speak for all Liverpool fans, and I won't pretend to speak for all United fans, but I reckon a vast majority would accept one trophy, one Premier League trophy, one, splurge of success playing like this. But I guarantee you, second season, he's got to push out, he's got to play. We're paying all this money to watch our team, and it's boring. And to be honest, it's exactly what Arsenal fans are saying now, and that's now. You've not won it yet. That's now. How many times have you seen the fan cams after games? And we spoke to Arsenal fans in the chat where they've said, it's boring. It's horrible. It's horrible. If we don't win the game, it's awful to watch. So I get it. I understand. I don't even know, says you see, I love Saka, but that first half is what I expect from Madueke, not him. What a diabolical performance. 3 stars says, with the news about removing notable figures in our history from our banknotes and replacing them with wildlife images, if Arsenal win the quad, knowing our luck, we'll see Arteta on them. Just in the corner. Just in one of the corners. Just put Mikel Arteta in one of the corners. Just the top of his head. Just right angle. What a brew. If we won everything every year, I would be happy. But Arteta's been there 5 years and won niche. Stephen says Arsenal played beautiful, exciting football for years and came up short. Well, they've not played beautiful, exciting football under Mikel Arteta. Biz, plenty games on, watch those ones. Unless, of course, it's about view. You say plenty of games on. What other games are on? What other games are on, Biz? Right now, I don't think there are any other games on. No, League One and the Championship only kick off in an hour. Yeah, not plenty of other games on. Pocher, the fans would boo them in a win, even if they played like that at United. Yeah, and they have done in the past, haven't they? Jabber, I'd take a league trophy, even if we were as entertaining as a monotone lecturer, and accept the criticism. Bleach Demon, I'd rather be 6th place like Liverpool with their beautiful football than be 1st place, said no one ever. No, but we're not playing beautiful football now. But I think there's a case to be made that you'd rather, as a general rule, right, you can either have 5 years winning 5 Premier League titles playing the most boring football and you'll win every game 1-0 off set pieces mostly, or you can play, I don't know, you can finish second 4 years and win 1 league title, but across that 5 years you'll play expansive, attacking, excellent football for the vast majority of the time. I guarantee most teams are picking number 2. Guarantee you. Because as nice as it is to get the silver pot at the end of the rainbow, actually the journey's the more exciting bit. The journey's the bit that everyone watches and enjoys. I want to see good football for 38 plus league games a season and domestic games in the Champions League and all that stuff. I want to watch good footy. If it ends in a trophy, that's brilliant, but it's not the be-all and end-all. We can still have great seasons even if you don't win anything at the end of it. Cluinotto, hello mate, how are you doing today? I'm good, thank you, sir. How are you? Lee 90 guarantee no one cares if you enjoy the games but win nothing. You're absolutely wrong. Like I said, I imagine that's your frame of mind as an Arsenal fan now, having won nothing for 20 odd years. I absolutely agree. I can totally get on board with that. Key, do you think Spurs will care about entertaining if they play our way out of safety? No, absolutely not. No, definitely not. I think substance far more important than style at this moment in time for Spurs. Mackenzie genuinely would rather win 5 titles than 1. Doesn't matter how you win. See, again, you're a Newcastle fan, of course. If you've been starved of success, you probably would think that way. I just don't get why winning titles in a really awful, mundane, boring way is not. You're not achieving anything. There's no football to be had there. It's boring. It's dull. It's dreary. I watch footy, and most people watch footy for entertainment. You watch it because it's a relief from whatever you're doing. If it's work, school, life, whatever stuff's going on in your life, people watch it. It's escapism. That's why people love football. For 90 minutes, it gets you away from it. Who wants to watch this? Really? For 90 minutes every week? Clarinotto says, my mate, I was born in Manchester but live in South Africa. Arsenal is not the Arsenal that I know. Arsene Wenger was a great manager for Arsenal. Arteta is just scoring from set pieces. Love that, Clarinotto. Jabba says, can you imagine if Tudor loses at home to Forest weekend after next? Can't imagine him still being at the helm. Sure, he'll go at some point. He's not gonna see the season out, is he? I don't even know. So the problem is, Arsenal played flowing football back around lockdown, but we were called weak. I don't remember at any point Mikel Arteta ever playing free-flowing football. His philosophy is football on rails, isn't it? It's very rigid. That's how they play. I've never known him to play free-flowing football. Ever. Ever. Not until he realised this is the now or never season. Thierry, who's got more open play goals, Arsenal or Liverpool? Arsenal, I would imagine. Yeah, much better side. The best Arteta side was the first year they went for the league. And if your team wins, you're happy at the moment. I'd rather see Arsenal get a trophy. And like I said, I totally understand, absolutely understand that Arsenal fans will just accept playing this way for now. But I'm sure there will be questions. There will definitely be questions. Newcastle last night wouldn't have seen the ball against the 2010 Barcelona. Mr. Ant-Man, since Liverpool are second in the set pieces goals. Set piece, at the end of the day, it's corners that people are talking about. No one's talking about set pieces. When it comes to boring football, they use set pieces to illustrate that point. But no one's talking about someone pinging in a free kick from 40 yards out, are they? As Szoboszlai's done multiple times this season. No one's including them in boring football. What they're actually talking about, mate, just to be very clear, is corners bouncing in off someone's arse. It's that sort of stuff that people consider to be a bit, I don't know, beneath football. It's not great. It's not great to watch. It's that stuff they're talking about. And Arsenal are top. Not only are they top, they're the record holders in that. Jabba says, our final match this season is at Tottenham. Imagine them having Dyche and we end up sending them down. Ooh. Damo, does a corner count less? Not in the eyes of in the scoreboard in the top left. No, it's exactly the same. But that's not what Arsenal fans are asking for, is it? They're asking for praise. Asking for praise. Recognise us. Please recognise us. Well, well done. Well done. You've spent the most. You'll win the league. Good lads. I don't even know, says corners and throw-ins. That's the problem with the league. They are the standard bearers and the rest have followed suit. That's why the neutrals generally have an issue with it. Lil Rich says that goal against Arsenal from Szoboszlai isn't the same as a Gabriel grabbing someone and deflecting it in. Exactly. Mate. That's what I'm saying. It's not quite the same, is it? But they're trying to make it the same. They're trying to make, mental gymnastics to say that's how it's exactly the same. MUFC says this era of football is painful, though the big score lines in the Champions League prove it. 6-1 and 5-2. Big gulf. Big gulf. That's it. Bleach Demon says, corners, bro, you scored a goal with an elbow from a corner last night. Behave, will you? Yeah, but we're still nowhere near that. Again, there's nothing wrong with corner goals. Again, this is you doing, you're trying to bend it to the... There's nothing wrong with scoring a goal from a corner, or even the odd goal from a corner. They hold the Premier League record for goals from corners. Surely you can... Let's not be silly. Come on, you can see the disparity here. That's what we're talking about. We're talking about, like, the odd goal from corners to basically every decisive goal from a corner. That's the problem. That's what people are talking about. But no, let's just keep focusing as if the actual problem is goals from set pieces. Come on. Cleminotto says, I turned 60 on Sunday, my mate. I remember football when United, Tottenham, Arsenal, Blackburn and Newcastle. That was football. Blackburn. Jack Walker's Blackburn, eh? What a side they were. Broken verdict. It is haram ball, though. I mean, the Brighton game, Lord have mercy. It doesn't matter, though. Arsenal will win the league. Very true. Yes. Very, very true. Jacob, Liverpool lost 1-0 last night, by the way. I know, yeah, I watched it. Yeah. 1-0. 1-0 defeat. Second leg to come. Half-time in the tie. I don't even know, since Arteta is just using Mourinho football on a whole new level to win the league. Yeah, it's like Mourinho football on like Red Bull and Monster, isn't it? But with a lot less energy, bizarrely. Yeah, it's like taken to the nth degree, because at least Mourinho's sides were still entertaining, weren't they? John says, I still think City win the league, honestly. Well, John, they were my prediction as well. I thought City would still do it, and I think it boils down at the end of the season to who wins in that Carabao Cup final in a couple of weeks. Is it 23rd? I think it's the 23rd, isn't it? Whoever wins in that on the 23rd, I think that's probably who goes on to win the league. If City do it, then again, I think Arsenal are very fragile mentally. I think they'll struggle. But if they beat City, then maybe. But it'll be the first time, won't it, that they've actually beaten a Champions League, a championship rival, and then gone on to win the league. So, yeah, I don't know. It's all going to come down to that game. Real Madrid's team are out and it's so weak. Could be bad for them. And Lil Rich says, Jose, football wasn't even this bad. Still had attacking ball, not set pieces and own goals. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, you still had Drogba, you had Robben, you had Lampard, you had, players pinging it in from distance. It was a really good side, wasn't it? Adam says City could be 10 points behind before the cup final. They could be, or they could be 1 point behind, couldn't they? Everton, away from home this weekend. Come on, the Ev. We'll be cheering the Ev on this weekend. They're playing all right away from home, Everton. We'll have the blue light on behind me. Come on, the Ev. Saturday, 5:30. Come on, Everton. Get them beat. And then straight after, City snot West Ham. Bang. Straight back down to 4 points with a game in hand. Ho-ho! I don't even know, says, right, we are in this point of the season. Who's the floppy team of the season? It's been Chelsea and Tottenham for the last two. For me, it's Wolves. Right, here we go. John Peter, my prediction is Arsenal to win 2-1? 2-0? 2-1? Arsenal banana skin in Everton. I think so too. Right, here we go. Let's get it underway for the second half. Here we go. We're off. And they're in. Over to the left-hand side. Good ball in. Header. Oh, off the crossbar. Oh, Leverkusen very nearly in front. Oh, my goodness me. So close. Does he get a touch on this, David Raya? Oh, it was absolutely unbelievable stuff from Leverkusen down the left-hand side. It gets played into the box. Oh, it's a save. I thought it was off the crossbar. David Raya tips it over the bar. Oh, so unlucky. Good save from Raya. Right, where are we up to? 45, 45. What's the timer count? Corner ball. Far post. Leverkusen. Yes, it's there! Get in there! It's Andrich! Yes, baby! Second half starts with a bang! Come on! Yes! Get in there! Yes! Leverkusen! Come on! Let's have it! 1-0 to Bayer. Backstick. I was so hoping it was Gerald Kwanzaa. Yes! Kasper Hjulmand. Bang! Backstick. And it's a set piece. There's nothing wrong with set pieces. And oh, go on then. It's 1-0. Let's have it. Let's have it. Beat them at their own game, lads. Oh, it's fantastic stuff. Can we get a check on that, Reese? Can we get a check on that, please, sir? It's a great ball in. Fabulous ball in and a great header. And there you go. Unbelievable stuff. Dear Lord, what a sad little life, Key. Yeah. Enjoy your win in Germany. Oh, and get off. Take your win in Germany and get off my property. Take your points. Take your first leg win and use it to get some grace and decorum. Because you have all the grace of a reversing dump truck, Key. Oh, I don't even know, and he shouldn't even be on the pitch. Get out of town. Listen to yourself. Dear Lord. English team shit in the bed. Well, apparently these are going to win the quad. Where's the quad? Where's the quad? Is it happening? Yes, Brogs. Where's the quad? I don't know. Someone said red card, but I don't think you're going to get a red card for that. Oh yeah, we'll just block the little 14-year-old gremlin in the chat. Yeah, Crew, just leave him. Just leave him. We've blocked him. He's gone. He'll probably create another account and come in for the laugh. 2 trebles, 1 City. That's it. Staying Arsenal. There you go. Love it, Ronnie. Good to see you, mate. It's fantastic stuff. Adam says, did you see the Leverkusen coach talking to Nicholas Jovert after the corner goal? Yeah, he went over to him and said, yeah, cheers for that, Nick. Cheers for that, Nicholas. Little cheeky tip there. Mikey, best defence ever, apparently. Love it when boring FC struggle. I am Crew. Get some mods on here, Key. Mate, I don't even know how you do it. I wish I knew how to do it. I'm the mod. Like, I've got an extra account here and I mod it, but to be honest, half the time, just let them do it. Let them do their own thing. Some little weasels. Come in, they say what they need to say and they leg it. Matthew, ha ha ha, look at his sad little smile. Oh, show us yours, Matthew. Come on, let's get you on. Show us your sad little smile. I bet it is sad at the minute. Lions Gaming, you're very contradicting. You cry like a big baby when Arsenal score a set piece. There's nothing wrong with scoring set pieces. I've said that. It's not a contradiction. Goal Gunner, why do you only read comments against Arsenal? What the fuck? I don't, actually. We read a lot of comments. I just tend to, fly between the two chats, and whatever the comment is at the bottom at the time, I'll read it. I don't cherry pick. It's not that easy. Legend FK, I can't watch this match. How are Leverkusen doing? They're winning 1-0. They're 1-0 in front and they're controlling the game. Kasper Hjulmand, he's got his Lego set. He's got his Lego set out and he's got it just where he wants it. Arsenal will lose to Bordeaux, says Razine. Hey, they'll do well to get through. They'll do well to get through to Bordeaux, yeah, the way we're seeing it. It's not the end of the world that Arsenal are losing. I don't see the big hype. No, well, I don't either. But, given when you've got the odd... Listen, most Arsenal fans, vast majority who we encounter, absolutely lovely people, good fun, love a bit of banter. They give me stick, I give them stick. We all give each other stick in the chat. It's all good fun. Then you get the occasional knobhead, same as you do with any team, to be honest. We've had knobhead Chelsea fans and knobhead United fans. It happens. You get the occasional knobhead. And then when they fly in, and then they get a goal down, you just know, and it's brilliant. So it's only for them. It's only for them. The nice Arsenal fans have to be collateral. Unfortunately, they have to be the collateral damage for the digs that we have to throw. But it's all in good spirits. I hope you know that. I'll take it back when Liverpool lost last night. I got loads of stick. It is what it is. It happens. Goal Gunner, Liverpool are playing well. Oh, cheers, mate. And I agree. I think we have been playing really well. Disappointing result last night, but we have been playing well. Agreed. It's very diplomatic of you to say that as well, by the way. Arsenal Africa Network says, when Arsenal score a set piece, you will be crying. But others score, then you are happy. Very jealous, boy. I am jealous, Arsenal Africa Network. I am very jealous of Arsenal being top of the league and having the best team in world football. I am supremely jealous. That's not me being facetious. I absolutely am supremely jealous that you have an awfully together, organised team. Madhouse, Key, you need to get a lawyer. These Arsenal hating accusations are getting libelous. They are the vanguard of order, aren't they? Absolutely outrageous. Stacey, some people take football way too serious. Is that me? You watch it every day, Key. You need to have a day off, lad. Broken verdicts. I love bantering Liverpool fans too. They hate us and we hate them. Let's spread the hate. It's good. Listen, do you know what? It's character building. It's character building. If you can take stick about your team and not react emotionally, it's like hazing. It's absolutely, it works. You will be stronger in future. Jimmy, way Arsenal. Campbell, should Arteta be sacked if he doesn't win anything this season? Well, do you know what? There's quite a few who Arsenal fans have said if they don't win something big this season, then he should be sacked. Which is, again, it's quite a dichotomy, isn't it? From him saying, oh, he's the best manager in the world, or, and then, well, if he doesn't win anything big, he's got to get sacked. I've never known that to exist in the fan base. To be so, like, he's either the best or he's absolutely, you've got to sack him. I don't even know, says Arteta. For Lord's sake, take that hand off the handbrake, you pillock. John Scarp, are you a Liverpool fan or an Everton fan? I'm a Liverpool fan, John. Yeah. Who's Pitark? He's playing for Madrid tonight. Yeah, Pitark is a centre mid. He's a young centre mid who's been playing for Real Madrid. He got pulled off against Getafe. Well, he got subbed off against Getafe the other day. Real Madrid lost, but he got took off the pitch. He started in that one. Lucky boy, very lucky boy. Massimo says, I guess there is no electricity left in this Arsenal team. Well, let's have a look at the Real Madrid lineups. They're just coming along at the bottom here. Courtois, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Rudiger, Hysson and Mendy at the back. Valverde, Tchouameni, Pitak, and then it's Brahim Diaz, Gula and Vinicius Jr. It's not great. What about the City side? City have got Donnarumma in goal. Kusanov, Ruben Dias, Gueye. They're starting with a back three. Interesting. O'Reilly, Rodri, Silva, Savinho, Semenyo, Doku and Haaland. So that means he's going to probably put O'Reilly and Savinho at fullback. Or O'Reilly and Semenyo at wing-back, at wing-back. Arsenal for Africa Network, that's why you are my favourite watch-along show. You are honest. Thank you very much, Arsenal Africa Network. Lots of love. Lots of love to you. I don't even know, says as Claude from AFTV said, rest in peace for Emery all those years ago. It's time to go. Yeah. Yeah, he was funny, Claude. I quite liked Claude. Edison created the light bulb. Well, Arteta, use that light bulb of yours and wake up the team. Light up the BayArena. That's not a free kick. That's not a free kick. Yellow card for Poku. Pitak starts for Madrid. Who's that geese? He's only a young player out of the academy, mate. Arsenal will win, says Kibum Badrik. A reminder, by the way, we've got an Arsenal set piece here now, which is the words that everyone is terrified to hear. Arsenal have got a set piece. Quick reminder, if you're watching now, I'm going to be live straight after this game for the Real Madrid-Man City game. If you want to watch that with me, make sure you've hit follow. Make sure you've hit like and subscribe on the video as well. The video will take you straight over to Real Madrid City. You don't have to do anything. It will carry you straight over to the Real Madrid City feed. I'll go straight across. So within 5 minutes, give me 5 minutes of this game ending, we'll be straight live again for Real Madrid and City. So if you're sticking around to watch it with me, then I'll be live straight after this one finishes. Fluminotto, there is no way that Real Madrid are going to score goals with Donnarumma in the sticks. Here we go. Declan Rice free kick. Kusanov at right back. Maybe, yeah. Declan Rice with what is basically a corner kick. Did you see a Barca fan ended up at Exeter v Lincoln last night? Here we go. Declan Rice. Basically corner FC. Puts it in. Oh, and it's out. That's going to be a goal kick. Well done. We'll take that. Hincapié. He's not going to get in the squad much longer, though, if he keeps heading it in like that. Arteta's going to say, listen, we need to file your head down in the corners and get it nice and square, get it proper Lego. Oh, here we go. Saka's coming off for Madueke. Lots of Arsenal fans saying that Madueke probably should start ahead of Saka based on recent form. Tell you what, based on everything we've seen this season, does Saka go to the World Cup? Wouldn't be so sure, you know. Jared Bowen's having a good season for West Ham. Madueke's got a bit more pace about him. It's Cole Palmer doing really well for Chelsea, of course. 2-1 City, says Sarah. And Stacey, what score do you think the Real Madrid v City game will be? I think City win that one 2-1. Yeah, 2-1 I'm going for. I don't even know, says Leverkusen will be like, Tony, nice kickabout with the lads this afternoon after beating Arsenal 4-0. They're down the left-hand side again here. Grimaldo. Oh, unlucky. That was better. Burrito says Saka is the most overrated player in the Prem, and that's from an Arsenal fan. See, this is it. I am absolutely hearing your opinion. There's a lot of other Arsenal fans who've told me the same over the last few months. Ball in, cleared away by Leverkusen, that's good. So yeah, I think at the end of the day, if he's not really getting in the Arsenal side and he's not playing well, probably doesn't even start. Probably a chance he doesn't even go. John says, apart from the dodgy pen, Saka always performs for England. Yeah, I mean, but I don't know whether that's going to be enough to get him in the squad. That's the problem. Just because you play well for England when you play. I mean, Madueke played well for England the other time when he started. Was it Serbia? Madueke are getting over Saka on current form, I think. Broken verdict, Madueke. Madueke's not that good. Outstanding dribbling, but absolutely zero finishing. But Saka's not doing either, is he? No penetration with Saka at the minute. Headed back in, cleared away. Well done, Leverkusen. Mackenzie says Saka is a worse player than Jacob Murphy. Legend FK says, key thoughts on Harvey Barnes. Will be a very decent player for Scotland, I think, in the summer. 2-1 to Leverkusen, says Fatal and Gary. 3-1 to Leverkusen. I think there's going to be another 3 goals in this game. Bloody hell. Can't see there being 3. LFC Jake, yo, how's it going, Jake? Ball still up to the far post, header. And Leverkusen get it away. Good stuff. Gamer Guru, that ain't an Arsenal fan. I don't know. It could be an Arsenal fan. To say Saka's overrated. Ahmed, he's rejected Scotland, mate. He's already had a phone call with Big Steve. I think that may be because he's still harbouring hopes of playing for England. But I guarantee you he's not going to get in the England squad. And therefore, I think there's a very real possibility Scotland will be the team that he opts for. Because he can either go to the World Cup with Scotland or not go to the World Cup at all and never play international football. Because, I'll be honest, Harvey Barnes is not playing at left wing for England. I think he might think that he's got a chance, but he isn't going to, is he? John says Saka got his big contracts and he has nothing else to play for. That's what happened there. He certainly dropped a couple of gears, hasn't he? You could say the same with Mo Salah, to be honest. Does Jacob Murphy go to the World Cup? Well, he came off the bench and created the winner what should have been the winner. Standard Jacob Murphy. Ronaldo the Goat says, Key, what is your predictions for Chelsea PSG? 2-2. 2-2. Desmond. Craig boy, I would take Saka. I would still take Saka to the World Cup. Here's Gyökeres. Poor touch from Gyökeres. Pull back and well done. Cleared away. Leverkusen defending really, really well here. Grimaldo. Well done. Will says he came through the PSG Academy, I assume, for Doué. Who's that? Doué, Dembele, Barcola. Oh, right, yeah, sorry. Doué, Dembele, Barcola's quality. Adam, starting Saka and Martinelli was ill-advised. But yeah, hindsight 2020. Yeah, everyone's got 2020 hindsight, haven't they, in the end? Sarah, I don't even know. I think Arsenal will win that game. Terrible again, that from... who is that? Is that Gabriel? Gabriel, really poor. And now over the top. And Cafani, if he can get to it. Oh, lucky boy. Go for it, lad. Oh, so unlucky. I tell you what, David Raya living very, very dangerously. Nearly 2-0 to Leverkusen. Ronaldo the Goat says, Key, who's been the better team? Leverkusen. Yeah, they've scored. Listen, they've scored and they've had a couple of other half chances. Really, you'd look at Arsenal and say they've only really had the one. Martinelli hit the bar in the first half, but I don't think they've had have they had a meaningful shot on target, Arsenal? One. Yeah, Leverkusen have had 3 shots on target to Arsenal's 1. Leverkusen have had 1 big chance. They've had more corners than Arsenal. Yeah. Yeah, honestly, I think Leverkusen have done really well. Really, really well. Raster 3-1 to the Arsenal. Quadruple is a must, K. Mikel Arteta, leave. Oh, they're getting a little bit feisty, these Gunners. Jimmy, they need 2 goals to have a chance at the Emirates, Key. Do you think? I don't think even one might just be able to... I think I'd have to agree with you. I think they probably need a 2-goal head start. It's same as Galatasaray. You look at Galatasaray and think, well, they've got to go back there. They're not gonna not concede Arsenal. Or they're not gonna not score. It's gonna take an almighty defensive performance. But hey, German efficiency, German engineering. They're nothing else if not organised. Arsenal into the box, ball pulled back. Poor again, really poor. John, thank you very much for the gifts, mate. I don't even know, says, watch Arsenal show up in the last 10 minutes and score an own goal. Here's Poku down the left-hand side. Lil Rich, I reckon they could hold a 1-1 at the Emirates. And Craigie boys, an Arsenal fan, I'd be happy with just winning the league. That's fair enough. Open play goals. Awful Gunners. Gamer Guru, always get the Arteta haters in form. Can tell they have no clue about football. Listen, you say the Arteta haters, they're in your own fan base. You know, for once, it's not me getting criticised for hating on Arteta. It's Arsenal fans in the chat. And this is kind of what I lean on, to be honest, when I'm talking about Arsenal being, you know, not boring per se, but their own fans are kind of a little bit insecure about it because it always comes out as soon as there's a bad performance. As soon as there's not even a bad performance, just a questionable one. A questionable performance, the first thing that gets said by large sections of the fan base is, like, let the handbrake off, Mikel. You know, start committing some bodies forward, take some chances. He's put Madueke on, and Madueke's immediately driving at him. Here's Gyökeres. Back to Madueke. Pulls it back. Too far. Straight at the keeper. LFC Jake. Yeah, we do that with Slot. Saying slot out. Yeah. Yeah, we've got that in our fan base as well, to be honest. I don't even know I'm taking any trophy we can get. Arteta needs to grow up or go. I've supported him too much. There you go. Infighting within the Arsenal fan base. Tom, good evening. How are you? I've had a mad panic day at work dealing with a client's estate. Goodness me. How you doing, Tom? Good to see you, mate. I'm very good, sir. Another Eze ghost session. Give me Spurs or I retire. This is it. They'd have been better keeping Wanyuri. Right, that tackle from Zubamendi is well worse than the one that Palacios got pulled up for in the first half. Shocking. Legend FK, why are Arsenal fans turning on Arteta? Nothing is over yet. They're just getting feisty. Just getting feisty. Gamer Guru fans, anyone saying they would take Igor Tudor over Arteta just to be a hater is just embarrassing themselves. And Welshring, this reminds me of the Galatasaray v Liverpool game last night. Difficult ground, but probably win the second leg. Yeah, I think so too. Ornella, can we do an Arsenal quiz, please? And hi, Key, hi, chat. How's it going? We didn't do a quiz at half-time. I apologise. I got too engrossed in the chat and we ended up not doing a quiz. But we'll do one for the Real Madrid City game. So we'll do one for the Real Madrid City game. So if you want to be part of the quiz, if you want to join the quiz, then hit like, hit subscribe. We're going live for this straight after this game finishes. Real Madrid against Manchester City. Massive, massive game. Zuby doo, where are you? Signing of the season, apparently. That's all I've heard from him. John, never a foul that. Can't put in a good tackle in this day and age anymore. No, listen, I agree, but it was more of a tackle than the one that got pulled up for in the first half. I don't even know. I'm sitting here every week and we play embarrassing football. I will be well happy if we win a trophy, but seriously, no one can really like this football, right? Welshwing, my bad, I was busy with other things to do a half-time quiz. It's simply not good enough. It's all right, mate. Thank you. I appreciate it. Listen, it's great to see you anyway. Whether you're coming with a quiz or not, don't worry about it. There's no way Arsenal can expect to be leading in matches all the time. Well, of course. I don't think anyone can. Sometimes you will lose games. I would have Turkey as signing. Turkey? If they win the league, then Turkey will certainly have a chance. But I would always lean to Granit Xhaka just because I think the way that Sunderland have gone about this season has been unbelievable. It says, I missed the first half. Were Arsenal shitter or better? Probably about the same. Yeah, probably about the same. They've been the first half and the second half. I don't think. I mean, ask the Arsenal fans in the chat. Have Arsenal been better after the half-time break? I'm not sure they have been, to be honest. Obviously, it was 0-0 at half-time. Leverkusen scored and have immediately just sat back. They're not even trying to play football, which is it's a taste of their own medicine, really, isn't it, for Arsenal? Jordan Henderson, sign of the season. Hey, again, yeah, Brentford. Brentford get European footy. Jordan Henderson could be up there. Dango Ouattara could be up there. I don't even know. I said we won't win any trophy barring the league. My prediction is currently on. I Am Crute says, Xhaka is signing of the season, let's be honest. And Legend FK says, Key, whose kit is that lovely ruby red in the top row corner? It's the Spain World Cup winning shirt, mate. You see the gold badge? The gold badge over this side is, if I take down, it's there, isn't it? Hang on, let me see if I can get rid of that. So you can actually see the Spain badge. Yeah, that's the Spain World Cup shirt from when they won it. And the gold badge in the centre, just off to the right, I think, is the FIFA World Cup winning badge. Ornell says, wow, all these Arsenal fans are sad, including me. Don't get us playing like Liverpool yesterday. And John said, I had this game as a 1-1 draw, so we'll see. Still time. Very much still time. Kieran, how many egg butties could you scran in a day, do you reckon? I'm going for about 8, me. Whoa, how many egg butties could you scran in a day? That's a good question. Don't really like egg butties. Egg on toast. Does it matter if it's egg butties or egg on toast? And can I put some red sauce on? If it's an egg like toasty, and I can put some red sauce on, I reckon I could do maybe 3, and then I'd feel sick. You said 8. No way you're going for 8. Yeah, egg butties. It's the toast. It's the toast. Unless you got it on like a. Do you know what I got into making? I've not had one in a long time. But do you know what's really nice if you like egg butties? Get a crumpet, right? Trust me. Get a crumpet and pick all the bits out the middle of it, right? Crack an egg into it. Put it in the microwave. It's like proper council estate food. But oh my god, it's like a little runny poached egg, and you can put it in the air fryer. Air fryer is probably better. But I'm not going to lie, I've tried it in the microwave as well. But you can whack it in an air fryer and it's wicked. Jabba, I'm past the age of food challenges. The consequences aren't worth it anymore. Yeah. No, I couldn't deck 3. 3 egg sandwiches would kill me. Just be in a food coma all day. I fully reckon I could do an entire loaf of bread with beans on toast. Unbelievable. Craig, people diss Arsenal, but every team sits so deep against them, it's so hard to break through. But that's what happens for the top teams, mate. Every top team that's ever existed has had that problem. That's not a new problem for Arsenal to deal with. That's what happens when you're the best team in the world. That's the problem you've got to unpick. And by the way, not every team has resorted to the approach that Arsenal have taken, whereby if they don't score the decisive goal, the breaking goal from a set piece, then they're kind of goosed, and that's what we're seeing. Savage, no English teams getting through to the quarter-final. Maybe one. We'll see. So far, it's looking like all the English teams are going to struggle, and the second leg's still very much delicately poised, aren't they? I don't even know, says apparently Havertz is Bayer Leverkusen's best player in history. What world are we in? Legend FK, Scottish Premier League and Championship have both been far better than the Premier League this season. And crisp sandwich will do for me. Oh no. No, can't touch crisp. Crisp butties, chip butties, bacon butties, no. No. 3 stars says, only way I can eat eggs is either scrambled or in an omelette. Not poached. Not have a little dippy egg and soldiers. Here's Kofane. Go on, hit it, lad. Hit it. Go on, hit it. Oh, 2 points for Wigan. Should do better there, Alex Garcia. Craig, 1-0 away at a top team was the norm back in the day. Yeah, well, it was when they had away goals. 1-0 away at a top team was alright. But it's not really the same anymore, is it? John, shocking from Arteta taking Gyökeres off. Got to play him and Havertz together. What's Eze done for them? It's not been a good night for Eze, has it? No, certainly not a good night for Eze. I'm baffled by the Havertz substitution as well, to be honest. Alex, what about a sausage, bacon and egg sandwich, Key? Sausage and egg, yeah, but bacon, no. Honestly, it wouldn't bother me again if I never had bacon in the rest of my life. I'm not really a lover of bacon. No, not a fan. I don't even know. I'm struggling to watch this without punching something. Very frustrating for Arsenal fans. Craig says, to be fair, their defending has been brilliant. Can't fault them. We'll do them at home. I think you will beat them at home, yes. But it's still disappointing to come here and lose against a team like Leverkusen. They're 6th in the Bundesliga. Yeah, not great. Not brilliant. Hiller says Ballack, not Havertz, is Leverkusen's best ever player. Do you know what? I'm so glad you said that. I would have gone for Ballack as well. And if not Ballack, there was other players around that time. That Leverkusen side that was managed by Klaus Toppmöller was miles better for me than this one. Or the one that, years gone by. Think back, they had Yildiray Bashturk. Do you remember Bashturk? How good was he? Do you remember Ziraberto? Ziraberto was incredible. They had... what was his name? What was the fullback's name? Yildiray Bashturk. They had Oliver Neuville up front. Oh, I'm struggling now. Yildiray Bashturk was brilliant. And Ziraberto was brilliant. Ballack. Karsten Ramelow in midfield. Forget the goalie's name. Lucio. What about Lucio? Lucio was unbelievable. Lucio, Ziraberto and Ballack are 1,000,000% better than Havertz. Yeah, Lucio. Forgot about Lucio as well. Come on, ref. Zubimendi should be off there. He should be off for that. Broken verdict. The problem with Arsenal is they sometimes back themselves playing proper defensive structure, but they're trash on the counter. Respectfully, Arsenal's counter is awful. And Foxy, how's the game going? I've heard so much about Premier League domination. This week says otherwise. Yeah, I mean, the game's been pretty god-awful to watch. I'll level with you, Foxy. It's not been brilliant. But that said, 10 minutes to go. Arsenal have got a free kick. Declan Rice over it. It's not shooting distance. It's pretty central. Was Chris there? Was Chris at Leverkusen? I always think of Chris as a Leon centre-back. I don't even know. Someone score. I don't care who. I'm falling asleep. And didn't Sami Hyypiä manage Leverkusen? He did, yes. Hans-Jörg Butt, that's the one. And Placente, yes. That's who I was going for. I knew it began with a P. It was Diego, wasn't it? Go on! Oh, get it to him! So close. They're on the counter-attack. They've got these. Bernd Schneider, of course, yeah. Mugabe says, let's stay humble and calm. Respect from an Arsenal fan from the Pearl of Africa, Uganda. Yes, lots of love to Uganda. Jesus coming on. Who's he coming on for, though, Chris Kamara? Hey, and Leverkusen making a couple of changes. Fernandes coming on. And who else? Who else is coming on for Leverkusen? It's going to be Palacios, I think, coming off, is it? Yeah, it looks like it's Palacios coming off. And Hoffman for Terrier. Oh, is that Jonas Hoffman? Oh, bloody hell. Do you know what? I completely forgot he'd even left Mönchengladbach. Decent player, Jonas Hoffman. Foxy, Paulo Sergio was another great Brazilian for him. Berbatov, yeah. Berbatov. Who was the guy who scored for him as well at Liverpool? Franca or França. Do you remember him? He was another one. They had a good side around then, Leverkusen. Absolutely battered Liverpool in the quarter-final that year. Abel Xavier scored. And now Eze's finally off. Eze off the pitch. He's had a bad night. Mikey comes to something when Kwanzaa is their record transfer. Vidal, if I'm right, Toni Kroos and Berbatov. Toni Kroos, I think, briefly didn't he? Sir, my son Kat is sat in front of the telly watching football. Lovely. I miss golden goal. It gave matches so much more intensity. Free kick to Leverkusen. And it might well be a yellow card here as well for Gabriel. Oh, it's Saliba. Saw an old highlight of David Trezeguet scoring golden goal. Yeah, that was where he fell back and hit it into the roof of the net. Some player. Godfrey says it's going to be 1-1. And government name unknown says, remember when we lost 1-0 and all the Arsenal fans flooded into the chat? I wonder if they'll do it if they lose. No, not the same energy if they lose. Not quite the same energy if they lose. Hoffman's quality as well, yeah. Good player. Here we go. Leverkusen ball in. Far post, straight out of play. Oh, what price a Leverkusen second. A Leverkusen second. Can you imagine? Oh. Broken verdict. I am a bit behind. And Logan, is Gabriel Jesus a top 10 Brazil striker? Right now, yes. Yeah, right now he probably is. Leverkusen need a second here. What was the logic behind stopping the golden goal rule? I don't know. I think it was just to... do you know what it is? I think they wanted... Oh! Nearly 1-1. Gabriel hit... Oh, it was Timber. Timber getting into the box. Government name unknown. They won't show up here, but we will show up to Instagram to laugh with the rest of the world. Leverkusen will get a second. Can you see it coming? It's certainly getting... It's getting a little bit more... It's getting there. It's getting a little bit more feisty. "84 minutes on the clock. If you're rooting for the Leverkusen goal, hit the like button. If you want an Arsenal one, hit subscribe. Adam, to this day, I don't know why Arteta signed Gyökeres. Arsenal face low blocks every game, and he just isn't made for low blocks. No, they needed... Do you know, honestly, João Pedro would have been made for them. João Pedro would have been a good one for them. Ekatike wouldn't have been bad for them. Isak would have been the one. They should have got Isak. Isak would have 100% win the one. W in the chat for the Leverkusen lads. Arsenal can duck off. Add them to win this. And what game will we be watching tonight, Key? We are watching Real Madrid against Manchester City as soon as this game finishes, mate. So 5 minutes time plus injury time. And then we're going straight over to Real Madrid Man City. So, yeah, if you want to watch it with us, make sure you've subscribed. Make sure you leave a like before the game finishes. Strike. Edge of the box. Leverkusen clear it away. That's better. They've got to leave a player up the pitch, though, Leverkusen. They're far too deep. They've got to keep someone high. Hands off Pedro, he's ours. Key, can you imagine a deadly partnership of Troy Deeney and Agbonlahor for Liverpool? So thoroughly unlikable, those two, aren't they? Broken verdict. After we beat PSG that day via Rashford pen, you know they were fuming. In the area. That's not a pen. That's not a pen. Oh, of course they've given a penalty. Of course they have. Absolutely shocking. That's never a pen. This Andrich is like that. Come on. It's a dive. It's a dive. They've took a dive here. They have took a dive. They're getting desperate. They were only going to do it one way. It was always going to be a set piece or a dive. He's in the area. He doesn't even touch him. That's the biggest dive ever. He doesn't even touch him. Oh, it's a dive. Referee, you have to VAR this. I'm sorry. We'll lose all hope in football if this gets given as a pen. Oh, ref, you have to check this. You have to check this. I can't believe that that is given as a pen. No, that is never a... Please check this, ref. Please check this. Penalty check. It has to be checked. It has to be checked. VAR check. Come on. There's no way that that's a penalty. It's absolute madness that that gets given as a pen. I'm sorry. It's just, he doesn't touch him. He doesn't. Oh, he's give it as well. He doesn't touch it. He doesn't touch him. He does not touch him. He doesn't touch him. That's so bad. That is absolutely laughable. He should be booked for diving there. Doesn't touch the player. Oh, I can't. Do you know what? I just. And do you know what? And they'll have the goal. They'll have the cheek to say, "Oh, we went there and we got a good away point." It's shocking. It's absolutely shocking that that is a penalty. It's the biggest dive you're ever likely to see. We have VAR, ref. We have it. We have VAR. Oh my God. I'm so frustrated that that gets given. That's just so wrong, innit? It's so wrong that that gets given. It's a clear dive. It's a clear dive from Madueke. And now Havertz is going to score and it's going to be 1-1 and we'll forget about it. We'll just forget about the fact that it's a total dive. It's daylight robbery. Absolute daylight robbery. Here we go. Havertz is going to step up left-footed. Keep him out, please. For all that's holy in football. If there's any justice in football, if the football gods are watching, you'll save this or he'll sky it. Left-footed Kai Havertz. He's... Please miss this. Please miss it. It's so unjust if Leverkusen don't win this. Havertz. Fucking 1-1. Sickening. Absolutely sickening. Pack football up. The game is done. If we're giving penalties for that. Oh, here, Arteta, focus now, lads, focus. Well done on diving. Well done. Here, Madueke, just get that piece of paper I got for you, mate. Just do it, just a favour, just rip it out. Make sure you throw it because it's got dive on it for me. Fucking shocking. Do us a favour and dive when you get on the pitch. Unbelievable. Shay, that's the reason I've fucked football off. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. There's no justice in the game anymore, is there? If that is what passes for a penalty nowadays, I don't know what we're doing anymore. I don't know what we're doing. If that's a penalty. Shocking. Leverkusen robbed. Robbed. I can't even deny that I'm angry because I'm not. I am. That is so annoying. That is properly annoying that gets given as a penalty. In a world where we have VAR, you can't justify that as a pen. Lo Scognizzo. Hi Keith, I follow you from Italy in Naples. My name is Raphael, I'm 28. I bet on the draw of Bayern Arsenal. What do you think? Well, good to see you, Raphael. Lots of love to Naples, mate. And do I think Arsenal will play Bayern in the final? No, I don't think Bayern make it that far. I think Arsenal will if they keep getting the decisions like that, though. They'll win the lot, Arsenal, this year. They'll be the most unwatchable team to win anything. Never mind a quad. To win anything. Winning games of football off decisions like that. Absolutely shocking. Julius, it's a dive. It's never a penalty. How can that be a penalty? So true. Andy, I'm glad we sold the cheats. Madweki. Yeah. Why didn't VAR step in, Jimmy? I don't know. I don't know what the threshold for VAR is anymore. If you can't step in and say, ref, he's not actually touched him. He's not actually touched him at all. There's no touch on the player. There's no physical contact at all. And yet somehow he's fell over. How are we giving that as a pen? Do you know what? Just give him another one. Give him another penalty. Give him another one. Kill the tie off so we don't even have to watch the home leg. It's pointless. You want him to go through. Just give him it. Here we go. Corner for Arsenal. Here we go. Corner for Arsenal. They're going to score here. They'll score here. I promise you. They're going to score here. They'll win the game 2-1 and everyone will say, oh, what an away performance that was from Arsenal. VAR stands for Vegas Assisted Referee. Yeah. Virtual Arsenal Referee, I think it is. Virtual Arsenal Referee. That's what VAR is. Corner ball. I'm telling you, they're going to score the winner off this. And this will complete football for them. They've absolutely... I'm sure we're in the Matrix here. I'm sure we're in the Matrix and I'm going to wake up because someone's programmed in how to piss just general football fans off. Ball whipped in. Good claim, keeper. Tell me he's not going to give that... retake the corner. Yeah, retake it. Retake it, lad. You give it back to him. Let him have another go. Fucking hell. The ball comes in, the keeper catches it, and he gets his... Oh no, give him another try. Fucking hell. What world are we watching? I'm telling you, I am in a big green tub somewhere with wires plugged in my head. There's no way this is real. Ball whipped in. Far post. I thought they'd nicked it then as well. What did Grimaldo even do? Exactly. Yeah, nothing. Cavitech says brown envelope just hit the bank account for the ref. This is ridiculous, Oxford fan. I know, mate. I know, it is, but it is what it is. There's nothing we can do about it. Jin, stop being biased. He definitely made contact. Clear pen. Yeah. Yeah, of course it is. It's absolutely spoiling the game, says Graham. Yeah, glitch in the Matrix, says Jabba. Listen, they always get the rub of the green, Arsenal, and they've had it all season. They're nowhere near what a defending or a Premier League champion should be. They're nowhere near it, and they'll probably win it. Right, full time, Bayer Leverkusen 1, Arsenal 1. The most unjust scoreline of the week so far. And we're going to go over to Real Madrid against Manchester City in, I'll be on in 5 minutes. The game starts at 8 o'clock. Real Madrid have made a few changes to the lineup. There's obviously no Rodrigo, no Mbappe. Mbappe out injured. Rodrigo out injured. Eder Militao, Ceballos, Bellingham and Alaba all out injured as well. As is Carreras as well. So, all out. But Real Madrid have got Diaz, Vinny, Pitark, Tchouameni, Gula and Valverde. Mendy, Hyson, Rudiger, Trent, and then Courtois in goal. For City, it's Donnarumma, O'Reilly, Gay, Diaz and Kusanov, Rodri, Silva, Savinho, Semenyo, Doku, and Haaland. Right, I will be back in literally 5 minutes' time. If you've not already, make sure you've hit like, make sure you've subscribed. the stream will take you straight across to Real Madrid and Manchester City if you're watching on YouTube. I'll be back in 2 minutes anyway on TikTok and Twitch and everywhere else. I'll see you in a few minutes. Take it easy.